Donald Trump says he connects with black voters, now especially because of his felony conviction.
I got indicted a second time and a third time and a fourth time. And a lot of people said that that's why the black people like me, because they have been hurt so badly and discriminated against.
He also says that he's not a racist because he has a lot of black friends.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
Well, on the first point, as connected to the second point, it's insulting.
Yeah.
It's insulting for a number of reasons, including
especially because I was told I was to be insulted. And who's the other lady sitting on the other chair? Is that Kamala's handler? You know, to jump in there and say, hey, Kamala, don't answer this. Come on there, Kamala. Did y'all hear what Trump said? Did you hear what they said Trump said? Did you hear what Trump actually said? He said, you know, they tell me that black people feel this way. He may have said something in another speech, but maybe you should use an actual soundbite that says the statement you attribute to him. Because that's not what he said. And I want to replay it one more time. He got black friends, so he's not racist. Just sounds crazy to me.
Individual freedoms and liberties. And so I do believe that the contrast is clear, and in November, it will be stark.
Donald Trump says he connects with black voters, now especially because of his felony conviction.
I got indicted a second time and a third time and a fourth time. And a lot of people said that that's why the black people like me, because they have been hurt so badly and discriminated against.
He also says that he's not a racist because he has a lot of black friends.
Yeah.
Your thoughts?
Well, on the first point, as connected to the second point, it's insulting.
Yeah.
It's insulting for a number of reasons, including he has reduced a whole population of people down to a sum total of what is in his mind who they are. And he's wrong. And he's wrong.
Kamala Harris is a very bad spokesperson for, she's almost as ineffective as Joe Biden, and that takes some doing. Look, man, once again, I'm not here to tell you, convince you anything about Donald Trump's love, disdain, hatred, or affinity for black people. Ain't my job. Nor should it be your job to figure out how people feel about you. I'm reminded of a quote that Denzel said in the movie Fences. Denzel was talking to his son, and his son was like,
how come you ain't never liked me? Like you? Who the hell said I got to like you? What law is there say I got to like you? Now let me.
You make sure they do right by you. That's all I'm trying to do, is make sure Democrats and Republicans do right by us. We'll worry about who like who later. I don't like that statement that Trump said that, you know, I'm not racist because I got black friends, because there's a lot of sellouts. A lot of sellouts that are black that let white people treat them any kind of way. Look at Charlemagne. He let Bill Maher run all over him. He let Joe Biden say he ain't black because if you don't vote for him. And look at all the cable news black folks. Look at Jonathan Capehart.
Former D.C. Metropolitan Police officer, Courage for America council member, and author of Hold the Line, The Insurrection and One Cop's Battle for America's Soul. Officer Fanone, I'm going to try to get through this. Thank you for what you did 3 years ago today.
Have you listened to him? Grovel? So, yeah, man, that's not a good barometer. I understand that for some reason there are white people that believe that black people as a whole would never sell out. They sell out a lot. It's a lot of sellouts. No, Trump, that's not a barometer. The fact that you got black friends, that would not determine if you're racist or not, because they would just shut up, mind their business, take their check, go home. I already proved that point earlier. But here's the thing. If saying that you got black friends or trying to prove that you have black friends is somehow untoward, what you think Joe Biden been doing all this time? Every story from I worked at the pool as a lifeguard around all the little black little babies. They would rub on my leg and I learned from them. What do you think the story about Corn Pop was? And they would ask me questions, and I would sit there around them just to be around this strange species called black people. I didn't have to be there. I was white. So I came in there to, look and find out what's all the talk about the natives. He sounded like he was straight up on a safari hunt. And he's been telling that story for 30 years about something he did in his late teens or early 20s for a summer or two. And he keeps talking about it. Why? Because he was in the vicinity of black people. So what's he trying to say? What's his point of saying that? He didn't have jobs where he worked around mostly white people. He didn't have times in his life he was around mostly white people. Why is he not sharing that story? Now, he shares the story of proximity to black people at a predominantly black pool to say, hey, I got black friends. He's saying the same thing, Kamala. That's the same thing that your president's been saying. And what is Jim Clyburn saying when he's saying, I know Joe, and Joe knows us? Who's us? Black people. He got some black friends he knows. He know me, and I'm Jim Clyburn, and I've been the most progressive that ever been progressive in. I'm so progressive, Jesus was like, Jim. I was like, Jesus? He was like, Jim, you know what? You are very progressive. What should I do about this? And I was like, I would do this, Jesus, and thank you for honoring my progressiveness. Then I gave him the advice on how to make the world better. Because I am a friend of Joe Biden. And Joe Biden, he healed the sick. The single mom and the people with bad breath. And the people that he walks on hot coals. He tamed a lion with his bare hands. That's right. Joe Biden knows me and I know him and we both know pharmaceutical money, and that's the end of it. Now shut up and vote. If you think Joe Biden ain't the savior of black people, I got a bridge to sell you near a swamp, near a Piggly Wiggly with some fish fry. What you got to say, Joe? You don't vote for me, you ain't black. The whole shtick between Clyburn and Joe Biden has been one of insinuating that because Joe Biden knows these two career politicians know each other, and one is black and one is white, that somehow Joe Biden gets it. People say, Tim Black, why are you so pissed off with Democrats? Because of shit like this. All they do is accuse the other person of doing what they already doing. All Joe Biden does is throw in anecdotal situations that happened or maybe didn't happen with black people and try to insinuate it means something about him. Every time he's anywhere black, he does it. But that's not a problem till Trump says it. And I'm not saying Trump should say it, but isn't that what Biden's been saying? Isn't that what Clinton's been saying? And look, last thing about the damn shoes. There were black people, notable black people that said Bill Clinton. The black people identified with Bill Clinton because he went on the Arsenio Hall show and played a sax. I don't see how that's different. There were black people that said they identified with Obama because he had a playlist that had Jay-Z in it and Rihanna. There are a lot of black people that don't listen to Jay-Z. Was that tokenism? Is that racism? I'm just saying, they all do this to us. And the point I'm trying to make is they disrespect us. I would like to think nobody's voting for Joe Biden because of dumb stories like that. And no one's really voting for Trump except for dumb stories like that. What they are doing when you ask them questions and they say something stupid, they don't know what to say. They have a feeling that life ain't going well for them, and they're looking for something to say to justify that they've decided Biden ain't their guy. So they look for something. They search their memory for something. And then to making to explain why they're supporting Trump, they got to look for something. But at the end of the day, it's because they don't like the other guy, or they like the other guy a lot less. And that's it. That's all. If you want people to know more about what people have done, then you need to do more so people know what you've done. And then that will be the talking point. Instead of shoes, Spotify playlist, and who can play what musical instrument best. Or if someone worked as a lifeguard, a shoe shine man, or newspaper delivery person. If those people still exist.